Broadcasting live from the Toyota Studios, this is The Morning Rush.
Continue to just watch a football team get better every day. I mean, it's just 3 pretty tough practices going into week 2 of fall camp, and just watching these guys continue to hold each other accountable and push through. Energy level's been great. Guys are getting better, getting plenty of reps. We've got a few little injuries that we got. It just comes with football. Gives the next man up mentality. Thank goodness we've been getting a lot of reps. I mean, it's just, you put guys in there and you just keep moving forward.
With John Neighbors.
Every time you put a mic in my face, I'm going to say Arkansas.
And Tommy Kraft.
My friends and I, we drank beer, we liked beer, still like beer.
The Morning Rush starts right now.
Welcome into the Morning Rush on this beautiful day here in the great state of Arkansas. Appreciate everybody listening in this morning. John Neighbors, Tommy Kraft, Ty Richardson, all in studio with you today. And thank you as always for making us a part of your morning. This morning, we are 16 days away from the Razorback football season starting up, as the countdown just indicated, and it just feels like it's getting closer and closer. And, of course, Chad Morris gave us a few updates yesterday during his press conference, which I'm not going to try to hate on Chad Morris about press conferences because his job is not to do press conferences. His job is to win football games. I understand that. But, man, oh, man, I love his cliches. I love his coach speak. I do. It's great.
Okay, was that cliche?
Oh, no, Tommy, listen, just iron sharpens iron. Next man up mentality. You know, we each day we're getting better and better. They're taking it one day at a time. I mean, is that not the stuff that you want to hear? You want, like, when you talk about the meat and potatoes of a football program, is that not the things you want to hear? I mean, to me, it's just like, wow, okay, I can spend 3-hour show talking about that stuff. Of course, I'm being maybe a little bit cliche myself, but my point is that when Chad Morris tweets at the media, you got to kind of go through all the fluff and all the other nonsense and just like, all right, here we go. There's the comment that I was looking for. You just kind of
got no answers.
Yeah,
is that what you want him to say?
I do, because we could spend a whole show on that one if he ever came out and said that. You know, just said, guys, I don't know about this year. This is going to be a tough one.
I got no answers.
Yeah, I mean, if he said that. Again, we could have a whole show on it, just breaking it down. Oh, my goodness, this is going to be the world's ending. But
you've reached that point in camp where he's spoken to the media. Is this the third or the fourth time?
I believe this is the third.
The third time.
By my count.
They've had, 11 practices now? He counted it up in his deal last night. So, I mean, they haven't started game planning. They haven't really set a depth chart.
Or quarterback.
Or figured out who the starting quarterback's going to be. At least name them. So, I mean, and I'm of the belief when you're up there, are you talking to the media? You talking to the team? You talking to the fans? Who is he talking to? And I think he's just trying to not say much to anybody right now.
Uh-huh.
That's what I kind of gather.
Yeah, I do too. Because
and I wish he was talking to the fans because he needs to do something to get people more excited.
Yeah. And again, I know that he's not supposed to go out there and just rock the press conference and that is how you grade on how good of a coach he is. That I understand that. But I will say though that there are coaches that we've been able to hear from, and I think Brett Bielema, that was one of the few things he did well, is I think he did always have a pretty good press conference. At least spoke pretty candidly about a lot of things. So
the best thing he did.
Yeah, exactly. Might have been the best thing he did. But with Chad Morris, now that we're about over a year and a half roughly, that we've been able to at least hear from him and have these press conferences and whatnot, I think I've just come to the conclusion, maybe trying to be hopeful for it, that this is just the way he is. He's keeps everything very close to the chest. He is very safe. He doesn't go out and say anything that's going to go viral like Brett Bielema would do with a lot of things. But he's also going to say the things that just keeps him from overstepping any bounds or giving too much away or anything like that. And it's almost, reminds me a lot of Gus Malzahn because he's kind of the same way.
Yeah, they're a lot alike. But this is what, his 5th year as a head coach total?
Yes.
3 at SMU, number 2 here. So let's just be honest. When you're a high school coach, like he spent years doing, or you're the offensive coordinator at Tulsa or Clemson or some other stops on his resume, you don't have weekly or daily press conferences the way we do it in the SEC. So, I mean, some of this and how to handle it and how to I think it's hard for him to go up there and be himself. We've been around him in more relaxed settings when microphones and cameras weren't in his face. He's a little bit different cat, more relaxed, more himself. I think he struggles to be himself in these press conference settings because A, it's still new, and B, he's in his mind protecting, guarding his team. Maybe I don't know, but he is a little bit. There's a lot of coach speak. You're right.
Yeah, and to me too, and of course I haven't only covered, I guess technically like 2.5 coaches at Arkansas football as far as going to press conferences and listening to them and all that. But is this something that more coaches are starting to do, or more coaches starting to be more reserved?
No, this is anything. No,
because the only reason I'm asking is just because of the way that our society is right now, and in social media and all that. That people will hear stuff from way across the land immediately. Where it's not saying that people are just going to be taking pod shots at other teams or players or anything like that, but it's just everything is so amplified now for any comments that you do. I mean.
Everything and everybody is a reporter now.
Exactly. I mean, just you take us for an example. When Tyler Wilson came on the show and talked about, hey, Bobby Petrino's up there helping out at Missouri, that quote just took off immediately.
Because things like that, which he was talking about, he was there for a few days.
Yeah.
It's sometimes hard to get the full context, and you're exactly right. You can put a 30-second clip on Twitter, and it can travel the world in 30 seconds too,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, and I think that's why. And again, I don't know if this is Chad Morris's deal, because I actually yesterday when I was watching his press conference that we put up at hitthatline.com if you want to watch it in its entirety. But one of the things that I noticed is that I went back to watch a press conference of his when he was at SMU, which was